Welcome to Linkronicity, where your journey and destiny link. I'm Stacey, Kumagai linkologist, and I'm here to help you link your life. Today we're going to be talking about linking to the artist within and honoring your creative link. And today's video comes to you courtesy from a question from Celine of Raleigh, North Carolina. Hi Celine, thanks for writing in. She writes, "Hi Stacey, my name is Celine. I've been drawing since I was 5. I have a question about my creative link. First, does that actually even really exist? And my dad says I should leave drawing as a hobby. My brother says I could make a living at it as a career. How do I know if my creative link will lead me to what I'm supposed to be doing and if it's linked to my destiny?" Loaded question. Loaded question. I've got so much to say on this. I've got like ADD all over the place. First, before we get into anything else, I want to tell you this. Own your artistry. Are you ready to do that with me? You ready to do that? Say, I am an artist. Come on, I can hear you. I am an artist and I have a creative link. Okay, whew. Got that out of the way. Now that you've owned it, nobody can take that away from you, okay? The talents and the gifts that you've been given to be creative are yours, You get to choose how you use them. And whether you use it as a hobby or whether you use it as a career, doesn't matter. You have to be happy using it. And the thing that is this, it's already part of your destiny. Your destiny's already here. If you have this and you're creating, you're doing it. And you may not think that it matters now, but it does. Because what you're doing is you're shaping yourself as an artist and you're creating things as you go and you're learning as you go and you're expressing yourself as you go and you're sharing that with the world as you're creating, and you could be a catalyst for change, inspiring others, motivating others with the gift that you already have, making a difference. So, whew, there's that. Take that in for a second. Let's absorb that. Okay. Now, as to the real tangible human question of career, hobby, well, that's up to you. You get to do with it whatever you want. Now, I will say this. Choosing the creative pathway is challenging. It's not easy. It's not easy. And why? Because the artist pathway is one that is subjective. The world sees your stuff and art is subjective, and it doesn't matter what your art is. You could be a dancer, you could be a poet, you could be a musician, you could be an actor, you could be an architect, you could be a culinary artist, you could be a landscape artist, you could be an inventor, a creator of products and things. It doesn't matter. Or you could be like you, Celine, be a sketch artist. Everybody has art that's coming out of them, and art is subjective. And that's just the reality of the world, unfortunately. But just because it's subjective and not everybody gets it doesn't mean that you don't have talent. Hear me say that again. Just because people don't get it doesn't mean you don't have talent. You have talent. And trust me when I say it will resonate with the right people. And you just have to hang in there and be persistent and tenacious enough to be able to stick with your committed passion of your artistry and owning that. That's why I had you own it first. To stay with it and trusting that somebody will see it, get it, understand it, it will resonate with somebody. And when it does, that's magic. That's pure magic. When someone sees your gift, that is gold, because then you know that you have the power to create change and inspire somebody. And they're digesting it, and you've already affected their lives, okay? You're making them think, you're making them feel, you're inspiring, you're educating, you're motivating. And you're sharing something that is getting into somebody's psyche and soul and opening their eyes to your world. And that's a beautiful thing. So, I wouldn't really listen too much to one way or another, your brother or your father or whatever. Ask your heart, ask your soul, and I'm going to ask you this. Is your soul on fire? Is your heart on fire? Are you burning inside? Like, do you have this gift that you just have to get out there? Is it keeping you up? Are you eating, breathing, sleeping this thing? Are you really living this creative gift that you have, this art that you have within? If that's the case, then you know that it's something that you have to do. You just don't have a choice. It's something you have to do. Now, whether you choose to uproot your life completely and, go for it, fly by the seat of your pants, or strategically plan it and go to school and study for it and master it, it doesn't matter either way, okay? As long as you're honoring it and you're making smart choices for your life to be happy, still owning your artistry. That's the key. And that's where a lot of people get frustrated along the way, because it's a tough business. I won't kid you, it's tough. But don't think that even though if you have everything all mapped out and all planned, that things are going to go according to plan. Life doesn't work that way. Sometimes it works in a different way. Sometimes even if you don't plan, sometimes the right resonance can come to you as you're just doing your thing, doing your artistry. You hear about that all the time, right? And it does happen. I'm living proof of that. My artistry is something I didn't plan for, and I took art classes, but I didn't want to be an artist. I owned my artistry, but I didn't plan for that. But I first started with fine arts, and I first started designing billboards, and then I started painting, and then I started dancing, and then I started acting, and then I started all of these things, and it just kind of all spurred into a bunch of different things, and then I was able to hone a few of these things and merge it together and make a living with it. But your path may be in a direction you haven't even thought of yet. And that's the beauty of art. It kind of blooms its own future on its own. And so I want you to take that into consideration. And as long as you continue owning it and understanding it and having fun with it, art can't steer you wrong, and you can continue to honor your creative link. So enjoy that, embrace that, and become the artist that you need to be. I'm Stacey Kumagai, your Linkologist, here to help you link your life. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Linkronicity, blogspot.com, and go to Linkronicity.com for private coaching sessions. I hope you have a wonderful day, embracing your creative link and honoring your artist within.